SD161, Monday, May 11th, 2015. Could we have a roll call, Mrs. Marino?
Okay, Simmons?
Here.
Odom? Here. Carroll? Here. Marks? Present. Ford? Here. Huckabee? Here. Paredes?
Here, and we have a quorum is present. First on the agenda, we have a board recognition. Mr. Duster?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Freitas. We'd like to have Nancy Wilson come up and introduce the program as well as our people who that are here. Those people that are here, who come up, we will stand, shake your hand, we have a certificate.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Duster. This is our 4th year of nominating staff for the Those Who Excel Award from the Illinois State Board of Ed. First, I'd like to thank the committee, Joelle Mulhern, Rebecca Brink, Carrie Piat, Kelly Wallace, and Dean Annis for the committee. And the committee is proud to announce the district selections for the Illinois State Board of Ed Recognition Program. We have Nancy LaRocca, classroom teacher. Katie LaRocca, educational service. We have Tracy Schultz from the Epilepsy Foundation as a community volunteer. I don't know if Tracy is here. I don't think she could not make it. Okay. And then we have the Flossmoor School District PTO Slam Dunk Team. Do we have a representative from the PTO? I didn't see me here.
Go.
Would you like to accept it for them?
Sure, I will.
Thank you. These individuals will be submitted to the State Selection Committee that will convene this summer to score the nominations, and the awards are presented at the Those Who Excel banquet in the fall. Now, in addition, this year, the committee wanted to acknowledge some other people that were recommended for the nomination. We have Andrew Bauer as classroom teacher, Jana Buds as special education teacher, Nora Lilly, our early childhood special education. Some people call her a saint too. I've been in her room. Keely Ford, social worker. Thank you so much.
If you could please come up here, shake hands for Mr. Simmons.
Okay, next we have public comments, and I see that Celine Ducci has signed up to make a comment. Could you please come to the board?
Hi, Celine Ducci, and I have a question about special education transportation. While the travel times were very carefully considered for regular education transportation, was the same done for special education transportation? And if not, why not? Since the travel times are so much higher in many instances. I thought that all the concerns the parents had that were expressed in the survey were valid and apply as much and often much more so to the children who ride in the buses. Transportation, I have two children, both are in general education, at the school, one who rides the regular transportation at 8 a.m. and another one who has to get on at 6:05. So it has been rendered really unusable to us in the mornings because of that discrepancy. So my question is about, what about the children who may have behavioral concerns that would really sabotage the mornings at school? They have to ride on the bus for that long. So was that considered, if not, why not?
Thank you very much. Are there any other comments?
Just which you will get back to you tomorrow, we'll give you a call.
Okay, next up on the agenda with the superintendent's report, Mr. Dustin.
Thank you. We have the dashboard and we're down one student from last month. So, maintaining in regards to where we're at. In addition, I want to remind the board graduation ceremony will be held at 7:30 p.m. on June 4th at Holy Crossman High School. Board of Education members are asked to arrive at 7 o'clock. More information will follow. And we'll get you information in your gowns when you pick those up. And then we have the National Junior Honor Society. It starts on May 21st at 6:30 at Parker Junior High. If you are interested in attending, please go to Ms. Perino so that we can write your name down. We've had one person do that already. And then the 13th Annual Visual Arts Expo is May 20th from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. All are invited. That will be here, so we'll hope to see you. The last day of school will be Monday, June 8th, as was approved in the calendar, and that will be a full day for our students and for our staff. And then summer school is scheduled for June 15th through July 23rd this year. And in addition, the district's annual recognition tea will also be Thursday, May 21st at 4 o'clock. Please contact Kathy, email or give her a call if you are planning on attending. And that will take place at Wiley's Grill at Coyote Run Golf Course. Any questions?
Yes. We just started talking about that. How long do they usually run? That's what I was trying to figure out. They've been wild.
Yeah, it's about an hour and a half. Yeah, but I give you right. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, next we have some information action items. First is the bills. Is it the recommendation of the administration that we approve the bills?
It is a recommendation of that, and who, our board member, reviewed the bills.
I had the opportunity to review the bills this month and speak with Ms. Lavelle in a little bit more detail about some of the items, finding them all to my satisfaction. It's going up so slow. I move that we approve the bills for the month of May in the amount of $1,693,495.59.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Mrs. Brino, can we have a roll call?
Mrs. Odom, that seconded it?
Yes.
Okay. Marks?
Yes.
Odom? Yes. Huckabee?
Yes.
Cora? Yes. Carroll?
Yes.
Simmons?
Yes.
Paredes?
Yes. And the motion is passed. Next, we have the appointment of the Parker. Oh, sorry. Next, we have the approval of payroll. And I'll entertain a motion to accept the administration's recommendation. Thank you. Mrs. Perino, may we have the roll call vote?
Okay. Simmons?
Yes.
Carroll? Yes. Huckabee? Yes. Odom? Yes. Marks?
Yes.
Cora? Yes.
Yes, and the motion is passed. Next on the agenda, we have the appointment of Parker Junior High School principal.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Freitas. If I could please have Mr. David Kennedy step forward. Mr. Kennedy, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Doing real well. This is the Board of Education for Flossmoor School District 161. I have a few words, if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
All right, it's an honor to present Mr. David Kennedy of Flossmoor School District 161 as the new principal at Parker Junior High School. Mr. Kennedy will officially begin on July 1st. He has been an educator for 17 years, the last 10 as an administrator at high school and junior high levels. Prior to becoming an administrator, he taught high school social studies, coached baseball, basketball, and volleyball. Mr. Kennedy received his bachelor's degree from Illinois State University and his master's in educational administration from Governor State University. Please join us in welcoming Mr. Kennedy to the Flossmoor School District.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to appoint Mr. Kennedy as the principal of Parker Junior High School. Second. Mrs. Harrell. Roll call, Mrs. Marino, please.
Okay.
Huckabee. Yes. Odom. Yes. Simmons.
Yes.
Marks?
Yes.
Cora?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Paredes?
Yes, the motion is passed.
You have a few words for the board.
I just want to say, you said you were honored. I'm the one who's honored to have the opportunity, and I appreciate the confidence everyone has shown in me. I've met some great people along the way. It was great to see so many people involved in the interview process. I think it goes to show how much people care about their school and their community. And I just hope to be able to continue that tradition and work with parents and staff to do what's best for our kids. So I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy, would you like to shake hands, everybody?
Oh, I would love to.
Please.
Next on the agenda, we have approval of the personnel report. I'll entertain a motion to accept the administrative recommendation to approve the personnel report. Thank you, Mrs. Carroll. And Mrs. Ward. Do we have a roll call, Mrs.
Okay. Carol?
Yes.
Simmons?
Yes.
Odom?
Yes.
Marks?
Yes.
Cora? Yes. Huckabee? Paredes?
Yes, the motion is passed. Next on the agenda, we have approval of bids for landscape and shelving. Mr. Duster, would you like to elaborate?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Freitas. We have, we talked about this at the committee of the whole meeting. We have Mr. Regal here for any specific questions. If not, then we recommend this for approval. Are there any questions for Mr. Regal?
I think one of the comments you had was that you guys were pleased with the number of bids that you received, but it's not a really lengthy list. Is that unusual in your estimation for this kind of work?
Not particularly, and probably not particularly at this time of year. We're looking for landscape work to start on fairly short notice. We had two more bidders to your apartment construction project, it's not different than concrete construction. So it's kind of a limited number of people who are really involved with that. And, you know, for the most part, there are probably people who provide shelving for warehouse facilities. A lot of shelving we're talking about. So that's why we're doing this.
Thank you.
If there's no further questions, I'll entertain a motion to accept the bid to approve the landscape and shelving. Sarah? And Mrs. Hall. Sabrina?
Now, this is for both together.
Yeah, landscape and shelving.
Okay. Marks? Yes. Odom? Yes. Simmons?
Yes.
Huckabee? Yes. Ford? Yes. Carroll?
Yes.
Reyes?
Yes, and the motion is passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of the minibus lease. I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda item. Mrs. Huckabee. And Mrs. Ward. Mrs. Brito.
Okay.
Roll.
Simmons?
Yes.
Odom? Yes. Carroll?
Yes.
Marks? Yes. Ford? Yes. Huckabee? Yes. Reyes?
Yes, and the motion is passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of the financial audit. I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation. No,
We'll wait till we go to questions. I'll go through this process.
yes. So this is Odom first, and Mrs. Ward is second. And we have a few questions, I believe.
At 4:30 this afternoon, I got an email from Roberts. It would appear that the Blue Township Treasurer may not be accepting legacy as their financial auditor. And as such, we will not be able to probably get the price that's quoted in this letter because they will give the districts a discounted rate based on the fact that they also audit the Township Treasurer's office. And it would appear that the Township Treasurer's office may be a French audit firm. So since we do not know where this is landing right now, and I don't know what Legacy is actually going to give us in price once they know that they have lost the Township Treasurer's business, if indeed that's what happens, because that hasn't actually formally been done yet, I'm saying let's table this whole thing until I know where Blue Township is landing and where Legacy is going to stand with that. So right now, I think just all bets are off until next month, and I'll bring you exactly what I have when I get it. But for now, whole thing.
Thank you, Mrs. Lavella. Okay, could we amend the motion to table? Mrs. Huckabee is first. And Mrs. Harrell is second. All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Okay, motion passes. It's tabled. Next on the agenda, we have the approval of reduction of 6 bus routes. Mr. Duster, would you like to give us a little background information on this?
Yes, we've gone through this, we had a community meeting, we had a survey that was out there in regards to our regular education bus routes. And what we are recommending to the Board of Education is a reduction of 6 elementary bus routes. District-wide, junior high will not be touched. With the 6 elementary reductions, it would be a savings for the district of about $200,000. And that would put between 35 and 42 kids on bus. Questions?
Just 2 questions.
Yeah.
And I think we actually answered one of them before. The first one is, if this is approved this evening and at the end of the year we find that there are issues or that we need to adjust, there will be no issues if we need to bring back another route, or will that just...
If we need to bring back another route, I'll let the board know, and we will do that if there's major issues. We're going to monitor it closely. If we see that there's any problems, that will be addressed immediately. Ms. Majewski and I will have a meeting in June with the bus company, talk to those people, and we're going to tell them the way we want this to take place. So we want all the younger kids at the front of the bus, or older kids at the back.
And then the second is, it's a question type statement, but it is, this is, they seem like a smaller change, it's going to be a significant change, even people don't like having chairs moved, so, just, I would like to hear a little bit more, doesn't have to be tonight, but about a communication or change management plan around informing the parents before it happens, you know, because these days when they get there to school, which is fine usually, but this one would be changed. And I guess in there too, you'd be talking to the parents, so it's only part of that piece of it.
After approval, tomorrow, Ms. Majewski will get something sent. Yes.
I have a question. Have we looked into, or are there, I know that there is a small number of children on each route, on each bus route, but sometimes that's with that small amount, that can be overwhelming to bus drivers. So I guess I'm not headed back to say, have we looked into any reports of the principal of exceedingly disciplinary issues with what we have now in terms of the ridership?
We see most of our discipline reports at the junior high level. And as far as where we're at, there's a few that happen at the elementary level, and then those are addressed right away, but they're minimal referrals from the elementary.
I move to approve the administration's recommendation to reduce the number of bus routes by 6.
Before we do a roll call, I just want to say that I believe we started off with a recommendation of 13.
That is correct.
Okay, so this is going below half the original recommended amount. And I actually sent out an informational piece to the board regarding apps to track our children. This is something that is a growing trend. I looked, this is a cursory look on the internet and found there's a number of companies that have apps for phone where you can actually track your children, whether they got on the bus or not. And so I would encourage the administration to follow up with this. So I think that would be one more way that we could give greater assurance to parents that we're A, aware of how long your kids are spending at the bus stop, and B, greater accountability to where our children are at all times.
We can contact the bus company and ask them.
Okay, fantastic. Mrs. Carino, roll call.
Okay, that would be Morris. Yes. Odom? Yes. Carroll? Yes. Marks?
Yes.
Simmons?
Yes.
Huckabee? Yes. Briggs?
Yes, and the motion has passed. Next on the agenda are trade-in band instruments.
Yes.
It's interesting.
We do.
Sure. I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the recommendation.
This is
Just an information. No, okay, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Ms. LaBelle, if you'd like to come up, I'm sorry, not Ms. LaBelle, Ms. Westphal, if you'd like to come up and share with the board real quick about our...
Ms. LaBella, you come up and talk to us about trombones.
So,
Good evening. This was brought to my attention by our band directors, and we have some instruments that are at Parker that are no longer in use. They have broken parts. They're not of any value to the program at Parker. However, there are some things that they would like to add to it. This is a company that will come around and assess the value of what we do have and are not using, and give you a cash value to apply it towards what they may have that they would like to add to. So, we don't know what will come of it, they've done it before. It's a nice way to, just collecting dust.
Sounds fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next on the agenda We have the approval of the technology equipment for the Parker project. And at this time, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation as presented. Mrs. Hart, first. Mr. Simmons, is second. I had a question about this last week. And I've spoken to Mr. Duster about this, and it revolves around the $4,000 monitor that would go in the new, the vestibule of Parker. And my concern was that I noticed that Western Avenue for the last 4 years that I've been there with my child, I've noticed that there's a very expensive and very nice looking monitor which is projecting onto kind of the dead corner. And so my question has been, well, wait a minute, if we spend $4,000 on a new monitor, I just wanted some sort of reassurance that this is something that would be for educational use. And that really is my concern, that we're really investing this money in something that is meaningful, not as, in a way, much the same way it is at the current Parker vestibule, where there's this beautiful foyer and parents have a place to sit, and then they have this device which gives them relevant information. And so I just wanted to follow up with that. Dustin is giving assurance that this is an essential feature of our new building and an informational piece for our children and also for parents who will pass through the foyer. And are there any other questions on that? Any other comments? Okay, well with that,
Yes.
Mrs. Marino, if you take roll call, please.
Okay, Marks? Yes. Odom? Yes. Huckabee?
Yes.
Horace?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Simmons?
Yes.
Paredes?
Yes, the motion is passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of the IMRF military service. Okay, at this time, I'd like to entertain a motion to accept the recommendation as written. Mrs. Odom, second. Mrs. Horton. Are there any questions from the board? Mrs. Marino?
Okay, Huckabee?
Yes.
Odom? Yes. Simmons?
Yes.
Marks?
Yes.
Horace?
Yes.
Carol?
Yes.
Paredes?
Yes, the motion is passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of fee waiver process. We had a discussion about this during the committee as a whole. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to accept the recommendation as written. Mrs. Huckabee, second. Mrs. Harrell, second. Mrs. Greer, will you roll call?
Okay, Carol?
Yes.
Simmons?
Yes.
Odom? Yes. Marks?
Yes.
Horace?
Yes.
Huckabee?
Yes.
Paredes?
Yes, the motion is passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of the SSBC delegate for 2015 to 2016. Again, we talked about this at the last meeting as a whole. Oh, I did. Sorry. Right, okay.
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendation from Mr. Mello to be the representative and Mr. Foster to be the backup.
Mrs. Odom was first, and Ms. Huckabee is second. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The motion is passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of homeless transportation bill from Chicago Public Schools. Again, we had a discussion about this in the committee as a whole. Will at this time entertain a motion to accept the motion as recommended by the administration. Mrs. Odom is first. Mrs. Harold is second. We have to...
They have, this is something that...
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
One of the things we discussed with this because I looked into some places in IASC, but this is kind of really just interesting, and there are a lot of topics that came up about this, and numbers you're going to see when you start to review the bill, that just think it's important for us to have a full understanding.
Mr. Freitas and I are going to meet this week, and we're going to talk about some training times. We contacted this company and this board in regards to their individual. So hope to have some dates soon.
Yes, Ms. Moore.
This amount is what we are proposing that we pay, right? But there is nothing that tells us that this is what CPS will actually accept.
That's correct.
So there is a chance that CPS, I mean, I'm trying to imagine what the worst case scenario is in case they come back and say, no, this is not.
If they come back and say no, then we'll have to come back to the board and have another discussion about it. This is what we're willing to give, though. This is what we think is fair.
Are there any other questions? Okay. Okay, Mrs. Marino?
Okay, Simmons?
Yes.
Oda? Yes. Carol?
Yes.
Marks? Yes. Ford?
Yes.
Huckabee? Yes. Paredes?
Yes, and the motion is passed. Next on the agenda is the approval of summer employment. At this time, I'll entertain a motion to follow the administration's recommendation to approve summer employment.
That's just for custodial and technology.
That is, just yes, for 25 cents an hour. If the return.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Mrs. Oda, second, Mrs. Huckabee. Mrs. Marino, doing the roll call.
Okay, Carol?
Yes.
Ford? Yes. Huckabee? Yes. Oda? Yes. Simmons?
Yes.
Marks? Yes. Paredes?
Yes, and the motion is passed. At this time, we'll be going to executive session, and actually will be somewhere between 40 minutes to 50 minutes or an hour. At this time, I entertain a motion to go into executive session. This is, okay, first.
I don't know what we're going to do in the executive session. That phrasing it to say we're just going to discuss personal matters is insufficient under the law.
Do you have any input?
I don't know what we're going to discuss, but there are two things that are legal to go in under. And that would be, it says the employment or dismissal, not just personnel, that it's clearly insufficient under the open meeting law.
Well, we have,
We've been doing, I'm sorry, we've been doing this for 2 years, and we.
It's been incredible.
Could I just ever say it's personal matters?
I know, so I was doing some research and apparently it's been incredible time.
okay, as luck would have it, we have a new lawyer here, we can clarify this and perhaps give us some sort of guidance.
It'd be great. I took them all with you.
That's okay.
No, my question is that I'm concerned that we've been going into closed session in violation of the Open Meetings Act because our motions aren't correct. So we've been just saying that we're going in to discuss personnel matters where it looks like the law says that that's an insufficient motion, that it has to be specifically to discuss the employment or dismissal of an officer or employee. I just want to make sure that we're doing this correctly.
Yeah.
Because I think it's gotten fuzzy over the past few years, and I want to rein it back in again.
There's a couple schools of thought on it. The Attorney General hasn't come out and said you actually have to read the verbatim language of the statute. What they say is that in the motion itself, it should be sufficiently specific to inform the public as to why you're going into closed session. So you could read the entire legal exception directly from the act, and that would be obviously the most conservative route because then you're completely covered. But if you were going in to talk about personnel matters and you said you were going into closed session to speak about personnel matters, I've never seen yet an Attorney General opinion that says that that is not specific enough. So I don't know that there's necessarily a black and white answer to this one in terms of drawing the right line. I don't think you can go wrong with more detail. Although if you read the whole entire exception, there's so many things in there that could go under that it really doesn't
Right.
provide any more detail than personnel. So I guess I suppose the exception also includes to talk about the board attorney. So if you were going to do that, you probably want to say that directly, or just read the whole exception. They're wordy, but
Right, I guess my point was, I don't know what we're going into executive session to discuss.
Okay.
So when I was looking at this and it says it's clearly insufficient to just say personnel matters. So I thought that meant it was clearly insufficient to just say that. And I thought we should probably, in the interest of being open and transparent and completely above
the
the
only
law.
thing I know that other clients of mine do is just read the entire exception as it's listed in the statute. It won't provide any more detail as to the nature of the discussion, but it will just say the exception you're using to go into closed session. Are there other questions?
So just, if I can be clear, what I just heard you say was we can't cover ourselves, but that it is not, did you say illegal? I'm sorry, it is not.
What I'm
This is
reading,
for
what I'm
personnel.
reading says it's clearly insufficient to just say personnel matters.
So I'm just asking if you, because we said that for a couple of years, and I'm just trying to figure out, so from what she says.
5 years I've been here, and the years that I attended the meetings before that.
Personnel. So what I'm hearing, just from a legal perspective, if we say, as we've been saying, we go to closed session for personnel matters,
I don't think you have violated the law. At least I don't have any controlling authority in terms of an attorney general opinion or a court case that says that that is a violation of the law.
Thank you.
Other questions?
So, was that sufficient? Do we accept that as sufficient? Would you like me to read the exception?
I would just, as a board member, like to know what we're going to be going in to discuss, so it's unclear to me what the executive session is to cover, just as personnel matters. So that's, I don't know.
Usually the specifics of what you're going to discuss are revealed in
Yeah.
closed session. It wouldn't be something you'd ever read into a motion to say, we're going to go into closed session and talk about so-and-so or such and such.
Yeah, and the closed session agenda is any clearer on it, so.
Okay, well, then how would we script that so we can actually go into executive session?
Like I said, you want to be the most conservative possible, you make a motion to go into closed session for the purpose of, and read the entire exception as it's listed in the Open Meetings Act. If you need that, I can pull it up on one of your iPads.
Yeah, that'd be great, sure. I appreciate that.
Just go on to the general site, website. We're going to make a motion for the exception. Okay, so it's a motion to go into closed session to discuss the, let me warm up. I make a motion at this time to go into executive session under the exceptions that public body proceedings to consider the subject. The appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee of the public body or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity.
Second that motion.
I go to executive session.